Welcome to the Flow Tracy Money Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It's 3:07 p.m. That is Central Time, and today is July 10th. Well, it was a generally positive day in stock markets today. Wall Street was up in the region of a 1% gain. Then most of the markets in Europe were in positive territory. Several were up in excess of 1%. It was a positive day in Japan as well, up about a sixth of a percent. Excuse me, 0.6 of 1%. And then China was down, but only moderately so. And when we think about the broader environment, there are plenty of things that people are concerned with, and yet stock markets continue to advance. And when we can just categorize that in one phrase, which is a wall of worry. And there is a lot of speculation right now about the impending impact of higher interest rates and the rollover and maturity of commercial loans and the commercial real estate sector, and yet the stock market continues to march higher. And Goldman Sachs, it missed its stress test from the Federal Reserve. They've been arguing with the Fed about the parameters of that stress test, but the share was at a new all-time high today. Apple anticipates that they're going to sell 10% more phones this year, so that was positive for the share as well. Then, when we think about the commodity complex, the gold market was up a tad, about $8, still hovering here just below the $2,400 area. And platinum was up $11 to close back above the psychological $1,000 level. And then copper prices were not quite able to hold all of the intraday gain today and did close out in positive territory, but a little bit of reticence being displayed here about supporting copper without a clear sign of recovery in China. Then the Bitcoin price was down $500, which is a very modest decline relative to what is normal for that particular instrument. And then Ethereum was in positive territory. After fireworks yesterday in the coffee market, they were both in negative territory today, not in a dynamic manner, whereas orange juice was up in quite a dynamic manner in here today. So that's a continued bounce from the region of the 200-day moving average. One of the factors that helped to support gold today was the weakness of the dollar. And then the pound was in stronger territory as some speculation began to arise that perhaps the Bank of England will be a little bit slower to cut interest rates than it was appearing just a couple of days ago. Then I think what's happening in Brazil is rather interesting because the central bank there is quite clearly saying to the government that they're not going to cut interest rates any further until they have clear evidence that inflation is back under